What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'll be your host and producer, Logan Landers. Join me here today to talk about the Northwestern Wildcats 2024 team preview. He's from the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, Jay McLovin. Jay, how you doing this afternoon? And can this school, who's traditionally known for broadcasting, can they have some success on the field in 2024? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. They got head coach David Braun over there who brought in their offensive coordinator, Zach Lazon, to come back in. He's coming back off of second two FCF championships from South Dakota State. So it's going to be good to see how he brings and how he transcends that over on this offense, especially the trait that hopefully which will then take some of that pressure off the defense. When you look at their offensive line, when you get the teams themselves, they put 334 carries two times with two-time big threat Caleb Kim, who is not there anymore. So now they got to turn it over to a new guy. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out. They got the three wide receivers back in Kurtz and Henning that return, and then also you get the excitement from the younger guy in Ricky Humaraj, and also a veteran tight end, Marshall Lang. And so it's going to be interesting, honestly, Logan, how they're going to do with these new wide receivers, especially behind the offensive line depth, which I think is kind of a concern, and whether or not, because of the experience and things of that nature or lack thereof. But you are going to add in transfers in Keeler and Jack Bailey at the tackle position. So they do get a little bit of help at that O-line. The tackle spots, and then you look at the quarterback spots. That's a little bit of a question with transfer and Mike Wright and Vanderbilt and Mississippi Stars. So, honestly, looking at this particular, I would say possibly, I'm gonna say maybe 3 wins. I think they lose to Wisconsin, Iowa, Maryland, Illinois, and Washington and Michigan State.
Okay. Yeah. When I look at this Northwestern team, obviously last year was kind of a surprise, but in a good way. We know that with the firing of Pat Fitzgerald, it was kind of up in the air about how the season would go. But as you said, the team just kind of rallied and really looked good overall. Like I said, finished overall, got 8 wins last season, and they made it to a bowl game. So overall, not too bad at all. Of course, they won the Las Vegas Bowl, that being. Biggest strength of this team, Jay, is going to be their defense. Their run defense in particular finished top 30 last year. They're getting 8 of their 10 interior defensive linemen coming back this year on the front 7, big guys up front. So you're getting a lot of experience back. Things I questioned about this team, though, is quarterback play. Like I said, you have a lot of guys who are going to be on the roster, as you mentioned with transfer Mike Wright over from Mississippi State with the Bulldogs. But you also have guys on the current team like Jack Losh and Ryan Helinski being a veteran, of course. But you don't really know how that's going to turn out. So I'm expecting this team to look good on the defense side of the ball. Offensively, could be a potential struggle for Northwestern this upcoming year. It remains to be seen, but let's see what David Braun can do. Last year, he kind of shocked a lot of fans out there in Northwestern with how good they were. We'll see if they can do it again. And as you mentioned, they have a really good offensive line with Ben Rather out there at your senior spot, 6'6", 310, absolute monster, is a veteran as well as played a lot of snaps. But it is going to hurt, though. A guy that you did lose on defense is going to be Rod Hurd, your cornerback from last season. Jay, last year, 152 tackles, 2 picks, 6 pass breakups in 2 seasons with the team. He's now went on. He's going to be playing this upcoming Saturday. He's going to be playing for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish this upcoming season. So that's going to be a big loss there. Overall, though, when you look at this Northwestern team, it's going to be a mixed bag, I would say. You're going to see some good, but you're also going to see some bad. And when you look at their current schedule, like I said, they are in the Big Ten, so they're going to be facing a lot of solid opponents. Of course, you're going to be facing teams like Washington, like Wisconsin, Iowa, who's a top 25 program. And then the end of the year, 2 of your last 3 games are currently against teams who are in the top 10, that being the Ohio State and the defending champs of the Michigan Wolverines. So I think that this is a team who is going to primarily win the games that they should win, against teams like Eastern Illinois and Miami, Ohio, and so on and so forth. But I do see this being maybe a little bit more of a down year as compared to years past. Jay, I could see maybe anywhere from 4 to 6 wins for this program. I think it's going to be a little bit of a down year. Also, like I said, just because the quarterback situation, I'm not quite sold on Mike Wright and how he can gel with this offense yet. But we saw it as a surprise last season. We'll see if it can continue this year. Want to hear your thoughts, though, in our comments on Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, for Jay McLovin. Appreciate you helping me out today. I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers, guys. We'll talk to you again on another live episode.